Alright, what's up guys? In this video we're going to be looking over one of my recent games and analysing the minion wave management during the laning phase. Now, this is a top lane game where minion wave management matters the most, but you can apply this to any lane and even use it in the jungle to help get more effective ganks. So, let's take a look at the matchup. In this game, I was playing Trynd into Poppy, and Poppy's a pretty tough matchup for Trynd. Some people consider it a counter. So, we're taking our safest runes, full sustain. We've gone Fleet Footwork with Bloodline, and Resolve Secondary with Second Wind Revitalize. We also started D-Shield. So with all this, combined with our Q healing, we're going to be out-sustaining all of Poppy's damage. She didn't go Ignite too, so just with Grasp, she doesn't have any kill pressure on us. Now one thing to also note, so already, with this setup, we have no kill pressure, really, and Poppy doesn't really either. So, we're not going to be pushing the wave. Normally as Trynd, you shove the first wave to get the level 2 advantage, and try and get a nice early trade, and push the second wave all the way in, so then the wave bounces back, and then you can control the wave from there without getting ganked. But note also that since we don't want to fight, we don't want to push this first wave, but also they have a Twitch jungle who will almost always level 2 cheese somewhere. That could be top. So this first wave, we're just going to try and keep it in the middle of the lane and be ready for Twitch gank. Okay, so our jungler starts bot side. And looking to see if Poppy comes first or their bot lane comes first. So their bot lane actually was cheesing in a bush, so that means Poppy leashed. So Twitch could level 2 cheese us or mid, because Twitch started top side. So we're keeping the wave in the middle. There he is. So he instantly spin away back off. I could have actually gone into the bush here, since Nunu was coming, but it's fine. And the reason we survived that level 2 cheese was because we weren't overextended. We kept the wave in the middle, so it wasn't very far before we were in our own turret. Now that Nunu's coming for the counter gank, we have a little skirmish. Both junglers flash. I'm just getting zoned by Poppy. Nunu gets a kill. And I'm still level 1 here, they're both level 2. So I don't feel like we can kill. Poppy's also tanky, she started D-Shield as well, as you can see up here. So I don't really think we have kill pressure, so I didn't pop any sums, but I helped anyway. Now that I'm level 2, now I feel like we could possibly do something. So unfortunately Nunu dies, but then Poppy and I trade Fash, and it ends up being a 2-for-1 top side. So now, if we take a look at where Poppy died, so Poppy died right here with that juicy crit. So if you look at the minion wave right now, Poppy's minion wave actually has a numbers advantage. So that means if we just leave the wave as it is, it's gonna push into our turret. So we could recall and come back to lane, and we wouldn't miss any experience, but Poppy would, since it's pushing into us. However, Poppy has TP, so if I recall here, she's going to teleport back, and she will shove the lane before I can come back. So then I will lose experience to the tower, and she could possibly get a plate. So the best thing to do here, with 8 seconds left, since I'm still kind of healthy with Q heal available, I want to try and shove this wave in before Poppy can teleport. So let's see if that's what I do. Yep, I start shoving the wave back. So now, when Poppy teleports back, she still hasn't arrived. It's still channeling. So now when she's back, my minion wave now has a numbers advantage. I also have red buff advantage and a level advantage. Twitch was just topside, so his bot camps will be up. So now, with all these factors, I'm pretty confident that I can safely guide this wave into the tower to get a good recall. So Poppy's trying to thin the wave out to stop me doing this, but I'm just ignoring her. Okay, so then I recall. Now, what I actually should have done was walk this wave into tower. So here, where I just spin away, I should have walked this all the way in to zone Poppy. But I am quite low, so maybe not. Anyway, what this means is Poppy can now freeze, which means I miss some experience. But overall, I won't be too far behind since I got the kill worth of experience. So then we come back to lane and Poppy's frozen it. So now what we want to do is we want to break this freeze, because while it's frozen I'm going to be overextended, Twitch could come gank, and Nunu can't gank while Poppy's in this safe position. So I want to break this freeze, and there's two ways you can do that. You can either brute force and clear the wave so that yours crashes, or you can let the enemy champion hit you, which will cause your minions to attack them while their minions are still attacking yours. So you let the enemy champ hit you, but you don't hit back. So let's see what I do here. Start hitting the wave. I tried to hit the wave, but Poppy engages on me, so I answer back with a trade. I still have level red buff advantage, so I get a good trade here. The wave is still pretty frozen though, so I still need to deal with that. But Poppy is pretty low now on health and mana. I'm regenning back up with my health potion and red buff, and Twitch is bot, so I'm not scared of getting ganked anymore. So what I'm actually thinking now is to dive the Poppy, because diving with a big wave is always really good, and the reason for that is even if you go 1-for-1, you dive them but you die to tower or whatever, you both get a kill each, but they will also lose all these minions worth of experience. She doesn't have TP up anymore. So I want to try and stack a big wave before I dive, and the way to do that is slow pushing. So if you have a look, after I take this trade, okay, trade's over. Now I want to slow push. So I'm just waiting, last hit, I wait and I only last hit. I missed that one. Just a couple autos here and there to keep my fury up. Okay, now the wave is nearly crashing. We're basically there. So these last few minions, I'm just going to hard shove them, and then look for the dive. Okay, so now this is a really good tactic to use. Another great point of having a stacked wave by slow pushing is if they attack you now, you can just ignore them and they will take all these minions worth of damage. So look at this, I just hit the tower, Poppy hits me, now all these minions are hitting her. They'd actually do a lot of DPS, all the casters. Okay, so now she's also wasted all of her abilities, her E, W and Q. So all I need to do from this point is wait for her W to run out, because that will stop my spin. Once it runs out, I can go for the easy dive. It runs out, get the easy clap, easy kill. So now Poppy has 7 seconds to respawn and she doesn't have teleport, so all she can do is walk back to lane. So I'm free to get a plate here. Twitch was bottom when we made that dive, so he won't be top for a while as well. Ari's mid, she can't come cover, so we basically get a free plate here. Okay, get one plate, and the reason why I don't stay for a second plate is because Poppy will nearly be back by now, and Twitch could be topside. I also have 1k gold, which I want to spend, and if I wanted to get another plate, I would have to kill this wave as well, because my wave's almost dead. So I back off and get a good recall. Or at least this would be a good recall, but at some point during the lane, either Twitch or Poppy warded this bush. So if you look here, the minions actually aggro onto me and stop my recall right here. Which I didn't notice because I was looking at my teammates on the map. I still haven't noticed. Now I realise. So obviously Poppy engages on me. So now I'm in a tricky spot. I really wanted to recall, spend my gold. Poppy now probably has an item. Yeah, she should have an item advantage. I can't see. But here Poppy actually plays it pretty well. So I come and ward behind just to make sure Twitch doesn't die, because I'm not level 6 yet. I could get Dove here. Now Poppy does a good job because she baits it as if she's slow pushing. She's slow pushing like only last hitting, which makes me feel like I could come back to lane before it crashes, not missing any XP. But she waits just long enough, like the recall time amount, and then starts shoving. So what ends up happening is I do lose some experience, some minions of experience, and she gets a plate because of Demolish. But overall it's not too bad. I'm still ahead because of the dive. So it's not too bad. But it's unfortunate that the bush was warded. So now Poppy is missing. She's either warding or going for a recall herself, because this would be a fine place for her to recall. The wave's gonna push back to her now because I have a minion wave number advantage. So when she comes back, there would be a stacked wave, which is why I'm gonna now shove so that the wave crashes, and hopefully she could lose some experience. And like the same cycle again, I could recall after it crashes. So I'm going for the shove, spin through all the creeps, then she shows. So she didn't recall. I now have a level advantage. But I've got a huge minion wave advantage already, so I'm just going to carry on with the shove here. Twitch is mid, so I'm not worried about gank. I also W her to make her less inclined to try and thin the wave and stop me shoving. Okay, that's too big of a way for her to freeze it and tank. Also, don't know where Twitch is. I've got enough to buy a longsword, so I'm just going to take the safe option and recall here, which is decent because now the wave will come back to me. Because if we go back a little, this is a cannon wave, so it'll take her time to clear this out, even under tower, and then both waves will join. They'll meet either in the middle or on her side, so then it'll slowly push back to me, and I'll catch a stacked wave and won't miss any experience. It's just the same cycle again and again, guys. So we come back. We only get that longsword on that recall. Okay, so as I said, look, the wave crashed around here on her side, and there's a numbers advantage. It's going to shove back to me. She clears the whole wave. So now here, I have three options of what to do with the wave. I can either let it crash into my tower and farm under tower. I can shove it back into Poppy's tower, or I could freeze it. Poppy's now missing. She could have recalled. She probably did recall, since I just recalled. So, if I let it crash into my tower, when she comes back, it's going to be the same thing that just happened to me now. Just like I have a wave, I have Poppy's wave like this, she's going to have my wave pushing back to her. So it's a win for her. Also, CSing under tower is harder than just free CSing, and my tower could take some damage. So that was option 1. Second option is shoving it back into Poppy. I'm not sure if it teleports back up. It probably isn't. But it's a big wave. I'm not sure if I can shove it fast enough. I haven't gone the Tiamat build. Also, Twitch could gank if I shove it and I'm overextended. Freezing is probably the best option because she will miss experience and I'm not overextended. I can CS, I'm not taking tower damage. But it's a big wave. So the question is, if I can thin this out and tank the damage. I'm playing Trynd, so with Q heal, I definitely can. Now this is where some people will do the bushwalk strat, where they dodge in and out of the bush. The reason for that is it makes the minions aggro, de-aggro onto you, so they kind of stut a step, so they kind of stay in the same place, and you dodge most of their damage as they lose vision of you. But because the wave's so big, I need to thin it, so that's what I'm doing here. I also know I can tank the wave because of my sustain. Now we just saw Poppy there, so she didn't actually recall. She's noticed that I could possibly freeze, and she's a bit uncomfortable because she doesn't want to lose experience. The other thing is, when the wave is crashing around here, you only need 4 full health caster minion wave advantage. You just need the enemy wave to have 4 extra casters, and it will freeze. So I've got way more than enough, which is why I'm thinning it out here. Once I clear these minions, I'm only going to last hit to keep the freeze. So Poppy's come back. She wants to break my freeze, just like I broke hers earlier. Twitch is dead, but I really don't care about Twitch anyway, because I'm really safe in this frozen position. She's also probably seen Nunu bot side, so she's not too scared. But what she is scared of is me, so she's just trying to thin the wave. But it's not working for her. As you can see, I'm maintaining the freeze, the minion wave number advantage. She's trying her best. Now the cannon just manages to get into tower range here. So now the freeze is broken. So it's either going to slow push back or I'm going to hard push it back. So let's see. I want to base my decision off what Poppy does. She's still in lane. She could have actually recalled there, but then I would have shoved. If she had TP, she could have recalled there. So I'm kind of just slow pushing now, taking a little trade, looking out for where Twitch is, see if he shows on the map. Okay, so what actually ends up happening is, when the freeze is broken, if we go all the way back, so the freeze is broken here. Now Poppy could have just let it push back, but what she does is, because she has AoE damage abilities, when she trades on me, like that Q right there, that damages 3 minions at the same time. 2 or 3. So now, she's actually just given me another freeze. Look at the minion wave number advantage. I've just got a freeze again. So I can just keep this here. I'm completely fine with that. So again, I'm just last hitting until there's a number of casters left. So it's not quite a full freeze, because I didn't have 4 casters. Twitch is bot side now, so now I know I could possibly go for a all-in or something, or try and fight her, and it'll be a 1v1. My jungler is also coming top side now, but because the wave is pushing back and I have some gold to spend, I'm just pushing it. While I know Twitch isn't here, then I can go for a safe recall. But I also managed to land the W, but she counters my spin. Nunu's coming in, but Poppy's in a safe position now, so we can't really kill. But we end up, what ends up happening here? So she wastes her abilities, so we end up getting her flash still. So I just shove the wave. Okay. So now this is a fine time to recall because there's a huge wave under her tower. It's the same situation as before. So I go ward for Twitch, but Twitch just died bot. That ward can also help for RE roams too. So Twitch just died bot, And Poppy is out of mana. She has no mana. Okay, she's so I'm going to keep pressuring. Now the reason why, even though I have 1.1k gold, her TP is back up now, since she hasn't used it a second time yet. So if I back off here, then the wave will push to me, and I'll catch a stacked wave just like earlier, which is fine. Then I can freeze that, so Poppy will lose experience. But if I keep pushing, then I can pressure the tower and force Poppy's TP. So I keep pressuring. She wants to recall. So I'm just trading here and there when I can, but mainly focusing on getting the wave in, stopping her from backing. Nunu's coming back in. Unfortunately, she blocks my spin there. And I should have... Nunu tanks the tower before I do. And her stopwatch is up now. So it's well played by Poppy. She counters that dive. And now Twitch, we don't know where Twitch is. He could definitely be here, so I just back off. I don't even try to fully push the wave in. I'm just like, Twitch could be here, I'm leaving. She also has blue buff, so she's no longer out of mana. So then just take this recall. Yep, there he is. This recall is okay because there's not enough minion wave advantage for Poppy to freeze it, so it will push back. So Twitch comes, then I recall, spend my gold. Oh, I don't. Okay, so I can't spend it because Poppy fast pushed that. Poppy shoved it. I'm also quite healthy, so I'm feeling like I can stay. I can afford Essence Reaver, but I don't want to give her another plate. So I decide to stay. Yeah, she has Sunfire, she has Balmy Cinder, so her wave play is actually decent. So recalling there would have meant I lose experience and some plates. But so I ward for a dive here, just in case. I do have ult though. And then Poppy's pushing this in. I'm gonna try and... What could I do here? It's the same 3 situation as before. I've got a health advantage. I could freeze it, just catch it under tower, or push it back. But Poppy actually engages on me. I landed the W first. So I land the W, and at the same time we see Twitch here. So he ganked top, did scuttle, and now he's all the way down here. So now it's going to take him some time to come to top lane. And because the wave is all the way here, Poppy has to run the whole length of the lane to get back to her tower and be safe. So I can run her down with Ghost. So the kill pressure that I forfeited early by not taking Ignite, I now get here. I also debated her ult by spinning into her block. And then get the kill. Didn't even need to ult really. Now Twitch could come back. But Poppy's TP is up, and I still have flash, so I'm not too scared of Twitch. I can also spot him with my W if he comes near. And if he does come top, he loses Dragon to Nunu. Okay, so now he shoved the lane. Poppy still has 3 seconds left. She will TP back to tower, so we also get to Poppy TP. If she doesn't TP, she will lose experience to tower. So let's see if she TPs. She really should have TP'd by now. Looks like she wants to save it for her team. Never mind, she TP's late. So all she does with that TP is stop me from potentially freezing. So she still lost the experience to tower. I guess she was slow with buying, or she waited for gold. So she uses Demolish. I lost like 1 or 2 minions of experience. And she didn't even fully get the plate off. So that was a pretty poor use of TP by her. So now it's the same situation again. We just see Twitch mid, so I can slow push, fast push, trade, freeze, see what happens. So let's see what happens. I have a freeze set up right now. Huge wave advantage. She has a full health cannon, so I can just keep it here. She engages on me, uses all her abilities, so I go on her. But my ult is still 15 seconds up. 10 seconds until it's up, so I'm stalling for my ult right now. I have blue buff CDR. Twitch is still mid. Their mid lane is dead too. I debate it like I'm screwed with the yikes emote. The wave's still pushing into me. And I'm too low to tank this, so I just let it crash. Can't really freeze that. And she could just hit me if I tried to freeze. So now she's missing. She loses this plate though, because she's not nearby. So she's missing right now. She could potentially be doing Rift with Twitch. But if they are, I can't 1v2, so I'm just going to shove the wave. I'm assuming she could have also recalled. So just shoving. So now, she used TP the last time. Did she recall and come back? Or maybe she just warded and come back. Yeah, so we saw her here. She was just warding somewhere. So she didn't recall. So now I get a base. I don't lose any experience. If she had recalled, she would have lost some. And since bot lane took tier 1 tower, they now want to swap. And that marks the end of top lane laning phase. From here, it's basically just split push bot, get camps, rotate if I need to. That's basically it. So I tried my best to explain the decisions I made. I hope this helped you guys. This is something different. I haven't really done a replay analysis before, so if you want more stuff like this, where I'm actually talking in the videos, let me know in the comments. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.